Shalom. Shalom, this is Naimsha Come here. And I'm getting ready to do a spiritual reading. For some reason, I feel like it already definitely resonates with me, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a personal reading or if it will in fact resonate with others. So I guess I say that to say I don't know if I'm going to put this up or not, but I'm recording it to have it either way. So I was led to use the Crystal Mandala Oracle deck, and this is the general spiritual guidance and insight reading. So the first card that came out, I literally was talking and giving messages that spirit and I conversed about earlier this rising when I wound up shuffling. I was led to shuffle and take certain cards. So the cards that are on the table, I was led to take these and to have ready for this spiritual reading. So the first card that came out was number 46 in the deck, and it says Goddess Kali and Black Obsidian, and it deals with the Sacred Revolution. Let me go ahead and get that now. Since we have a lot of cards, this tends to take the longest time for me because I usually have to read through so much information. Today I went through and tried to mark some things. This was the only one I didn't get to mark, so bear with me. Give me one moment. Okay, so I'm back. I just want to go on record and say that this is definitely personally resonating for me, but I do believe that I'm going to still post this for the collective. I just heard for the collective. So, and I believe that just means whoever needs to receive this message, it'll be available for them to receive. So, the Sacred Revolution, excuse me, deals with the goddess Kali and Black Obsidian. Baby, this basically is, if I had to say what this equivocates to in the general tarot, I would say that this is like the Wheel of Fortune card to me. It's dealing with a change that's coming. This is either the Wheel of Fortune. It could also be the Death card to me. And maybe even Judgment. But anyway, this is talking about a major change that's getting ready to take place that is truly of a divine nature, but it's going to come in a manner that seems forced because, please excuse me, y'all, my nose was doing something, but it's going to come in a manner where it's forced. And we could even go with it. It says you can even go with it, but it's still going to feel like it's outside of the control. And for this to be the first card that came out, you guys, I'm feeling some type of way personally because this rising, I woke up from a dream that I know has some form of meaning. And yeah, I know personally it has a meaning for me. I think it's dealing with what I believe it is that I'm called to do. And I also knew that it was dealing with a major change. I knew that. For me, the goddess Oya came to mind as well. And it was like my spirit was telling me that I am an agent of change. That when I come into a situation, like it's my job to change it or what have you, or at least I feel that it is my job to change something. When I show up, I'm representing change. That's what I left feeling with in the dream. So for this to be the first thing to come up, let me go ahead and read some of the things that I felt spirit wanted me to understand and receive from this that I also believe will be the same for you guys. Bear with me. This is definitely going to be longer. Oh, I forgot to do the overall energy. I'll just keep on moving. I'll do it right after this. So it says, we bring you the empowerment of sacred revolution. Revolution comes when a cycle of authority or power is ending. It has become inadequate for the task of leadership now required, and a new order must be established in its place. It is not simply a chapter within a book drawing to a close, but an entirely new book, perhaps an entirely new genre opening up according to divine will unfolding. In such cases, subtle change is not going to cut it. You need radical action to bring about this new order. And that new order may be in your world or in your own being. When revolution is sacred, the new order will be that which allows you to become more of yourself to successfully attain your spiritual goals. I almost want to cry because that spoke so much to me and where I'm at personally in my life. So, anyway, let me keep going because it's a lot to read. It says that Kali is a goddess not known for her subtlety. So Kali is present here. This is the power and the God that is being used to bring about this change. Okay. It says that she is called on in times of war when demons seem to be getting the upper hand. You know, we are already in a spiritual war right now, and this is just coming to me according to the spirit, so I have to say it. We're already in spiritual warfare, whether we are aware of this or not. And so I feel that some of us are in a situation where spirit can see that if they do not intervene on our behalf right now, we might be overtaken by demonic spirits working in people that we care about or even within ourselves, okay? And so this is coming to pretty much tear us away from the grips of demonic activity. That's what spirit, I had to say that. So, wow. At a time of war, when it seems that demons are getting the upper hand, she is the only warrior determined and vicious enough to destroy the destroyer. She is unstoppable, except for when the divine consciousness tells her that her job is done. Her appearance marks a time of sacred revolution that cannot be stopped until it has come to successful completion. Successful completion. That means healing has to take place. That means that what was first at work that was not working, that was not serving the highest good of all of those who are attached to a person or an idea or a place or a thing has to be changed, has to be shifted. So it says, the nature of revolution is the overthrowing of an existing hierarchy of control to replace it with a new one. Usually there is a philosophical and political purpose behind the process, and that often involves forcibly overcoming an exploitive, abuse of power by those in positions of authority. However, revolution without a sacred component to it won't necessarily result in transformation or healing. Oh, there may be change. Different political parties could come into power, for example, but often enough, it will be a case of the same problems, just with different perpetrators. So, what sets aside a revolution as sacred is when it comes at a time when genuine transformation, rather than superficial or fake change, is possible. Change takes courage. We have to be willing to let go of what we have known and bear uncertainty while we explore new possibilities and eventually evolve into a new way of being. Even with that willingness, there are times when a pattern of the past has become so lodged into our psyche that gentle evolution and gentle change is simply not possible. You could imagine it like a person screaming in an unnecessary panic, and you may try talking to them in soothing tones, but if they are about to jump in a car and drive away, putting themselves and others in mortal danger, then a sharp slap might be in order to snap them out of hysteria and into the present moment. It's extreme, but it's helpful and necessary. In our inner worlds, did you accidentally summon me? No, I did not. No, I did not. I did not. It says, in our inner world, the hysteria and panic might relate to letting go of a relationship that we believe is our life raft, when in truth, if we keep holding on to it, it's going to pull us right over the edge of a cliff down a life ending waterfall. Or perhaps it is a way of relating to power, based in fear rather than loving empowerment. No matter how hard we try, we just can't seem to give up our attachment to feeling in control. Or we are so attached to the life that we have known that we aren't willing to fly free from the nest, stretching our wings and discovering our own destiny. And where gentler methods aren't effective and divine timing requires change to happen right now, sacred revolution is invoked. Callie may stomp into your life and kick you out of the nest so that you realize you can fly. She may rip the life raft out of your hands, causing you to splutter temporarily until you stand up and realize that you can just walk safely out of the rampaging river. Or she may knock the control freak dominating your mind on the head and set up her own temporary divine dictatorship where she simply repeats, love yourself and let go until you do just that. When this oracle of sacred revolution comes to you, you can be sure that you and your life are going to change. And it may feel as if your hand is forced, or even if you are choosing to go with the process, that it is wild and out of your control. And it will be. But that doesn't make it unloving or unsafe. When revolution is sacred, it is divine love realigning your life. And although there will probably be chaos, you can be sure that the new order eventually imposed will be worth it. Viva la revolution. I really don't have any words to say because that card alone is speaking to very important things in my life. A couple different things. The relationship, the place I am in my life, fear, control. It's speaking to all of it, actually. All right, I said I was going to talk about the Goodwill card. This is the overall energy of this particular reading. And what Spirit said to me when I first saw this was, this is for your good. That's what Spirit said to me, that this is for your good. I will read what Goodwill stands for as well. It happened to be just before the Cali card. So I'm going to read what I had lined out for that. Okay. It says that when you feel peace within, it's easier to recognize that you have a place in the world and a destiny that no person can take from you. And when you recognize that, it's also easier to know that others have their own place destined for them alone. So this removes fear and competition and allows you to become an encourager. An encourager is a person who generates goodwill. They are not afraid of missing out. They believe in their own destiny and operate within a field of abundance. They trust that their rightful divine inheritance will be bestowed upon them according to a loving and generous divine intelligence. They trust that all people can receive without causing harm or diminishment to any other. They believe in win-win situations and know the only way humanity can evolve is together. So they want others to succeed. I know that this message is definitely for me because this is the type of person that I am. Like, I've always known that I'm an encourager. I've always known that that's what I'm here to do. Like, it's part of my life purpose. And everything that they said about this energy is exactly the way that I am. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to play out, but we're going to continue reading before I get emotional. So the next card that came out was Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael and Lapis Lazuli. And it says, the vision. Let me hop into this. This is going. Ooh. So it says, we bring you the gift of vision, an inspirational. Let me just put this here. An inspirational insight from which you shall derive energy, motivation, and a sense of purpose. You have many abilities and the capacity to do numerous things with your talent, time, and energy. We know your heart yearns for meaningful, focused purpose. You have things that you want to accomplish. Perhaps so many at times that you may feel as though you are attempting to live more than one life in this lifetime. We know that you can benefit from a vision, something that integrates all that you want to do in one unifying purpose. Even if you don't see how it's possible for all your talents and dreams to be woven into one master vision, we know that love makes all things possible, according to its own creative intelligence and wisdom. The universe shall take care of the details, and from the loving universal mind, in accordance with divine timing and your own readiness, we shall gift you with your vision. It says vision is a top of the mountain moment where you get a sense of where you have been and where you are headed. It is often an all-encompassing big picture flash of insight. You won't necessarily know how what you see could possibly happen. Um, let's see. And maybe for you, the vision is more of a feeling, a clear yearning in your heart to do something in particular with your life, or an inner knowing that you are a healer, for example. Maybe maybe you just have had your vision or are waiting for the moment when you finally get why you are here on this planet. Your vision will not necessarily include details of steps to take at first, although that will come when you are ready to take the relevant steps. It can be like driving a car through a foggy night, seeing only the most immediate part of the road before you at any given time. Does that mean that the road doesn't exist beyond what you can see? Of course not. It does, however, mean that although the vision gives you the equivalent of a destination, a sense of where you are headed, once you are on the journey, the road will not always be clearly visible beyond what you do today or beyond what you can do today. You could compare it to the difference of being at the top of the mountain and seeing all before you, and the compromise vision that has to occur as you descend from the peak and actually begin the journey. The view during the journey itself is not often as clear and far reaching as the moment of the vision. You can trust in the guiding hand of the universe to help you fulfill your vision, even when you cannot grasp the entirety of the steps that you need to take to get there. There will certainly be times where you may even wonder if you have lost track altogether. These are the moments when you need to come back to the vision to gain energy and motivation just to keep going. No matter what seems to be happening or not happening in your view of things. Even if it is not always clear to you as you live your life, through the guiding intervention of the compassionate wisdom of a wildly creative higher intelligence, you are being given exactly the opportunities and tests, gifts, and information that you need to take your journey. The universe cannot take your journey for you, but it will empower you with all you need to be able to do so yourself. So for me, just like I literally just said, I don't know exactly how everything is going to play out. That's what I just said, didn't I? I feel like that's exactly where some other people may be in this life, like with your spiritual journey, with your walk, with where you are just in life in general. You may know that you are meant to do something. You may have recently had a dream. You may have recently had a vision about it, or you can expect to get one soon. That's going to give you insight into who you are, what it is that you're supposed to be doing, and the effectiveness that you will be, or how effective you will be, how good you'll be at it. Okay. But you still can't see as clear as you want to. The beauty in this oracle is saying that you're gonna get a chance to get that glimpse, and it's coming from the divine. I also feel that with the archangel Michael being associated with this card, I really feel like this. I feel like we are being protected at this time. We are going to be kept, even if everything is not clear, even if we don't know how we're going to do what we saw ourselves doing. I literally just had a dream that I woke up out of this morning, and it was weird, and I'm not going to share it right now, but I know that it involves me um helping people work out and sort through really demonic entities and things that plague families, things that plague relationships, that just plague people in general. And I know that it's going to be effective change. It's going to be real healing taking place. I felt that in the dream. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But basically, some of you guys either are asking about vision, you're praying that you can see something, you're praying to get some insight, some clarity, and this is saying that it's coming. If it hasn't already hit you, if it has not already come forth for you, it's on the way. It's on the way. Some of you guys could be seeing 444 a lot. Also, with the Sacred Revolution card, it's the number 888. I know for me personally, 8 is one of my favorite numbers. I have been seeing 444 a lot, 333. So, and let's see with the Goodwill card, that number is also 888. So, what I just heard also, or what I know about this, is that this that we're doing, I really feel like it's in conjunction with our purpose. Okay, so any of you guys who may come across this video, this is more than likely going to be confirmation for you as it pertains to your life purpose, your spiritual giftings. Not only your spiritual giftings, but your natural innate talents and abilities. This says that that is all going to work together. This card and this meaning of it and the understanding was saying that some of us, we're trying to figure out how is it that we're going to be able to do everything that we are good at, everything that our heart actually truly desires to do in this world. How are we going to be able to do it? And we may not be able to see that so clearly, but the spirit knows, and the spirit is already working for us. 888. Last night I saw the clock at one point in time, and if the clock said Romans 8 and 28, that's two eights there. But that scripture says that all things work together for the good of those who are called and chosen according to the purpose of the Most High. That goes back to this goodwill. Everything is literally working out. Things are aligning strategically so for us to walk into our purpose, for us to walk into our calling. We are called and we are chosen and anointed to do the work, the spiritual work that we're going to be doing, you guys. We're called and chosen for a time. The angel Michael, the Bible says in Daniel that the archangel Michael will stand up and defend those who are pretty much called and chosen. And I do paraphrase. But when I can think of that scripture, I'll put it in the description with this doggone message. Let me keep moving so that this won't take too long. The next card that came out after the vision card was Searing Presence. Searing Presence. And it's Goddess Maya and Ruby Aura Quartz. Whew, this is number 49. I'm just in awe right now. I got a slight headache. Anyway, it says we bring you the empowerment of Searing Presence. This empowerment enables you to see truth unveiled, naked divinity, in all its beauty and mystery. In your willingness to become present, you shall witness the truth that will set your spirit free and make your heart come alive with divine love. No lie, deception, fear, or agenda remains hidden in Searing Presence. the ruthless compassion of which distills pure truth. With this empowering, you are going to see what you need to see, and you are going to be able to see the truth that there is only ever love seeking to free, heal, and discover itself. You will feel the grace that permeates your life and assists all beings. All impatience, doubt, uncertainty, and confusion shall give way, becoming soft like wax melted by a lit candle, and only the beautiful light of the truth shall remain. It says, sometimes in our fear and resistance, we step away from the very thing that we need to look at most closely. We are perhaps afraid of what we might see. Maybe we are afraid that we will witness something terrible about ourselves, that we are not a good person, not lovable or worthy. Or perhaps we are afraid to see a truth that we can no longer avoid. And we know that we will need to take action that we don't feel quite confident or trusting enough to take. Although some truths can be uncomfortable for the mind, there is a deeper truth that brings only comfort. We assess that depth of insight through searing presence. What this means is a willingness to stay put, delve deeper, not judge, analyze, or complain, and instead just bear steady, neutral witness to what is. In that space of attentive but relaxed reflection, the truth rises up to the surface. And the more soft, loving, and yet unflinching your gaze, the more swiftly this can happen. No matter how fearful the mind may be at what might be revealed, the deepest truth is always that of love. What you will see will cure you of shame or doubt, fear, and resistance. You will understand that at the core of all pain, love is there, pushing to break free. It says that when the oracle of searing presence comes to you, then you are being asked to give yourself an opportunity to know a deeper truth. You are ready for it, and it will help you. This could relate to a situation that causes you confusion, pain, and struggle, leaving you so tired that you wonder if you'll ever be able to get through it. It could also refer to a matter not so pressing, and yet in the revelation of love's truth, you'll understand why your life is the way that it is with so much more peace. You'll swap shame for being impressed with your spirit. You may question your ability to find the truth, but it will find you. You are wise and strong, and you will be able to recognize it. And perhaps you already do. And all you need is confirmation of your insight from this oracle now. Truth, just like the divine love it reveals, can be confronting. Although it will ultimately bring you into greater freedom, joy, and happiness, in the short term, truth may not feel comfortable. You may feel relief that you finally see what is, and then some anxiety, excitement, fear, or enthusiasm, or a combination of all these feelings and more about the truth that you perceive. The implications of it on your lifestyle and relationships, work, and family may be difficult to accept. Your mind may be trying to control the impact of divine truth in your world. And this is understandable, but not particularly realistic. When truths are revealed, your beliefs, even your foundations, can feel challenged. The greater the truth revealed, the more likely you'll feel your world to shake. You may see yourself and your world in an entirely new way. This may happen slowly but surely, as truth erodes the illusions that have kept you trapped in a worldview too small for your soul. It may also happen suddenly, as though a shocking jolt of divine lightning has ripped through your world and instantly everything looks different. And you may need some time to come to terms with the shock. You will also need patience as you integrate your new insights and allow that new way of understanding to translate into different belief systems, choices, behaviors, and lifestyle. There is no need to control the process. Truth is love. And when love prevails, it is for the greatest good of all beings. It is safe to trust in the truth revealed to you, to honor it as you act from your heart. Remember that you are an amazing spiritual being. And even though your human animal body and mind often wonder what on earth you are up to, you are doing a really good job. It may seem like quite a leap at this moment for you to believe any of this, but that doesn't mean that it's not true. It just means that you need some steering presence to be able to witness the truth of love. Open yourself to healing and let go of doubt, shame, or judgment. You are divinity unfolding. Of course, you know what you are doing. I have nothing else to say on that note. I'm going to keep on moving on. The next card that came out of the deck is number 19, and it says Ascended Master Serapis Bay and Clear Calcite, and it's called Karmic Grace. It says, we bring you the blessing of karmic grace. There are many ways to learn and grow. Some ways are joyful and some more challenging. Sometimes a challenge can best be resolved through profound struggle that forces you to transform in such a way that you can never go back to what has been. The struggle might have been deeply painful for the mind, body, and emotions, and yet what is gained from that experience is a multiplicity of blessings: personal power, freedom, insight, self respect, and wisdom. These qualities then help you live a better life where that past pain need not to be repeated. Blessings can at other times be gained through joyful experience. Sometimes the struggle is what will bring you the greatest spiritual progress, but sometimes a more joyful path will be how you grow best. The universe loves with such passion that you shall never be denied what you most need and what shall help you fulfill your divine destiny. The beautiful thing is, I know that I was recently thinking about this. I was thinking about how the Most High uses everything and how the Most High will ensure that we go through everything that we need to go through, both joyfully and the pain and the struggle and the hurt that we need, that will work out for our highest good. It is going to be exactly the perfect mixture of all of it so that we can be who we need to be. Not only for ourselves, but yes, for ourselves first and for others who are attached to us. That's what karmic grace is about. It's about allowing us to go through every lesson without taking us out before we get it. It's about allowing us to hit heads as many times as we need to repeat patterns as many times as we need to, so that we can get all the juice and all the messages and produce out of it, so that we can be effective. Because we have a purpose here. We have a message that every one of these things that we're personally having to struggle through first, that we're personally having to grow through first, is going to assist somebody else. It's going to help pull somebody else out. And we have to experience it. It's the only way to be anointed and powerful. It says, the struggles that we encounter in life can be challenging enough without adding unnecessary guilt, shame, or judgment into the mix. There are times when the path of life becomes easier, more flowing, effortless, and shining with radiant grace. And in those moments, we feel as though we are doing something right, and the universe is affirming and validating us. And everything just falls into place, and we feel blessed. What can be more difficult to accept is that there is grace in the struggle, too. The divine, in its infinite love for you, will empower you to fulfill your innate potential. For some, that may be a gentler journey of progress, less challenging to body, mind, and soul. It may be entirely appropriate for a particular soul to be in a lifetime focused on tranquility and being supported, rather than being thrown crown chakra first into the upheaval that typically accompanies intense spiritual transformation. There may be times in your life, even if you are one of the souls here to experience the challenge that frequently accompanies accelerated spiritual growth, where your path is gentler, brighter, and more effortless. When this happens, it is what will serve you best. Even the most intense paths that include experiences of trauma or abuse, perhaps especially those paths, will need times of lightness and joy. Your life path will unfold in whatever way will most benefit your soul growth. And what you need to remember is not to judge yourself or think that you are doing something wrong when life gets difficult. It is actually a sign that you are going through an accelerated phase of spiritual growth. And the blessings that come from it will be what you need and want the most. Give me 1 minute, guys. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm back, you guys. What I wanted to say about this card of karmic grace is that for some of us, we've been absolutely knowing that we are here to do something. We've been knowing that we are called to a spiritual task. We have been wondering how we were going to get into it, if we were ready for it, if we were equipped enough for it. And I'm just here to say that everything that we are going through right this in this present moment, because this is some present energy right now, okay? This is present energy right now. This is the reason why I have to admit that I'm over here crying and nose snotting and running, because this is some stuff that I've been dealing with first all my life, but for sure it's been happening more and more. I've been wondering about this, dreaming about it, feeling it. I know that something is about to happen. And I feel that others of you could be out here thinking and feeling this same type of energy. And you're wondering. You've even said prayers. You sent up prayers to the Most High and to the universe about helping you to get in your purpose, showing you what it is that you're supposed to be doing, giving you clarity, giving you directions, signs even about what it is that you're supposed to do. And what's happening is the very things that we've been enduring, the very life lessons that we've been experiencing are what's training us, are what is preparing us. And we don't realize that we're already in the process. We're already being groomed right now. We are in a transformation. We're in a purification process. We are being set up right now. Whew. Spirit is saying, don't think that you're doing wrong. Don't think that you done something bad. No, this is actually what you were praying for. This is actually what you have to endure. It's a part of your growth process. It's a part of the growth process. I love it. I've seen a meme go around on Instagram and Facebook where it says that everything that you're literally going through right now is preparing you for what you prayed for. To me, that sums up this karmic grace card. Everything that we're enduring at this present moment is all a part of something that we prayed for. It's all a part of our overall divine purpose here. And in time, it's going to be revealed to us. But in the meantime, I think we need to trust. We actually need to trust that where we are is where we're supposed to be. The universe and the Most High knew what decisions we were going to make before we made them. And yet we were still allowed to choose. We were still allowed to make them. And the way that I believe is that there is a lesson in whatever it was that we decided to do. Whatever choice we made, attached to that for our highest good is a lesson that we needed to get anyway. So it's going to be a win-win situation. So it is going to work out still for the good of those who are called and chosen, because it has to. That's literally what we're here for. I'm not going to dwell. This is already a long reading. The last and final card. Look at this. Purification. Purification. This was one of the cards, I guess, that was a placeholder for me. But I just said we're in a purifying process. I mean, because it's what it is. I just felt like that was confirmation. That's all. And the last and final card is 11 in this deck, and it says Archangel Gabriel and turquoise. It is safe to be seen. Whew, 11. It says, we bring you the gift of safety and being seen. It says, over lifetimes you have loved the earth, returning again and again to serve humanity. Liberate the human soul from fear and spread a message of love. You have spoken truths. You've shared messages inspired many, excuse me. Yet, in your visibility, sometimes you have felt misunderstood and vulnerable. You have been admired and loved, but at times also feared and attacked for the empowering message that you brought to the world. In you, there is a memory of this, and although you wish to share your light with the world again, there are times when the thought of being seen doesn't feel safe. We are here to let you know that you are protected in divine grace. It is safe to open up to your inner knowledge and to share your message with the world. The light in you is stronger than fear. It is time to shine, fearless and bright. Old souls know only too well that fear will not hesitate to destroy love, if given the chance. You must not let fear do this to you. You have a choice. Through the loving power of your forgiveness, you give yourself freedom from past pain, even pain from other lifetimes that isn't entirely clear to you, and the opportunity to begin afresh with fearless, vibrant, loving truth. You have many loving words to share and a higher consciousness to be. In your own way, in your own world, in your own relationships, you are a light bearer. You are a light bearer and a bringer of truth. Although you have had past experiences where this was not always well received and sometimes resulted in abusive behavior towards you from those who were afraid of love, you have never closed off from your truth. Gosh, this is for me. You still know that you still know what you know. You may have become reluctant to share it so freely, but you cannot forget your inner wisdom. This oracle comes to you with a message that it is safe for you to be seen in this lifetime. You are meant to be a spiritual leader of sorts, to bring through the light peace, love, and guidance that others around you need. Don't be afraid of their reactions. Some will love you for what you do. Others might not understand, or they may resist or even attack in fear. But in truth, you cannot be harmed. You shall always be what you are, and no one can ever take that away from you. It is simply not possible. No matter how many times you have been blocked, denied, dismissed, or abused, you find your way back to the truth of your heart again and again. So your soul has learned over time that your spirit is indestructible. It has learned that the truth of love is always there for you. Love will always welcome you into its arms, and you can feel at home within your heart. Even if you don't always feel at home in the fear-based belief systems that so many still consider to be reality. This oracle brings you guidance. You have already had these experiences in the past, and you do not need to continue having them. You have decided that no matter what, you shall be in the truth of your inner light. You have decided that you shall continue to serve love by helping humanity as much as you can, because you know the divine loves the human race and has a plan for human evolution from fear into love. You know that love serves its own. As you serve love, love serves you. You have developed the strength of knowing your own truths. You have survived and healed yourself through situations that threaten this truth, and still you are here. You have heard lies and you have chosen to release them and to trust in your truth. With your loving heart on your spiritual journey, you have learned how to shine true. So you are ready to be seen. You shall not be cast down. The love in you is stronger than the fear, rejection, doubt, or resistance in any other. You have no need to convince anyone of anything. You just have words to speak and a truth to be. It is safe to be seen for who and what you are. Let go of fear and take the next step on your life journey now. Listen, this message definitely was for me. It definitely resonates with me. I just probably am going to go sit somewhere and cry cuz this is everything. This is everything for me. I just want to go on record by saying, I mentioned a dream earlier this rising that I had, that I literally woke up. This is how I woke up. I woke up with the dream that I had, and it's a weird one, but like I said, I know that I was an encourager. I came into it was in a person's home. This home was beautiful. It was something that I've never experienced before in my life. I don't believe that I was there to stay, but I was there for a time. It was like a mansion. There was an indoor pool and jacuzzi that was heated, and I'm over here like, wow. I walked in the house, and there was another person that I'm familiar with from Facebook. I consider her a sister friend. And I believe that it was her space, and where we were was considered a guest house, but it was hers. And I think that she kind of got it literally to me by manifestation. That's kind of how I felt. I felt that this was something that the divine was working out in our favor. And she was in this house first. And when I showed up there, because that's how it felt, like I just showed up, appeared in the dream, I was kind of looking around, getting my bearings within the dream. And the lady was kind of sweeping in the kitchen and she's cleaning up. And I saw a couple other things, but I looked up and there was this beautiful, huge window. Um, and it was so pretty. And there was a date, I believe. I had to focus my eyes on it because some stuff didn't make sense. But what I saw was one. I saw one. I think I saw three. And I thought what I was looking at was the number four, but it wasn't. It was something else. Um, it was like a symbol that I've seen on a calculator before. And I'm going to see if I can find it right now so I can show it to you guys, since I'm telling you a little bit of this dream. But basically, it was a symbol in it, but I think it was a date. And the date, the year was 21. That's what I believe the year was. I think it was written in a weird way. It was written either backwards, or it was kind of like a mirror image of a date. But I believe it was one. I know the number three was somewhere involved, but I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. Let me see if I can find this first of all. Is this it? It's not this one. I think it is my note. Oh my God. Please tell me that I saved this in my phone this rising. because I know that I had a dream. Let me put in dream over here because, okay, so it's not that. Give me a minute, you guys. Let me press pause. Okay, I found it. So it's this symbol here. Hopefully the camera will focus. The one that's circled in the red. I do not know what this symbol means, but when I was able to focus my eyes, that's what was right there that I had almost mistaken for some reason as a 4 or something like that. So I thought I saw like 1, 34, and 21. But that couldn't have been what the sign was saying because there is no 34. If in fact it's a date, it's not a 34. So I don't know what the heck that was. But yeah, you guys. I guess I felt the need to say that because I think that maybe that's a year. Maybe that's a year that is going to be significant. I don't know. But basically, I really felt like that dream, it was very, very, very spiritual. It was extremely, for me, I felt like I was in a vision. I felt like, and like I said, I felt sure of myself. I felt like I knew what I was doing. I felt like I was an agent of change. In this dream, I was able to discern things very quickly. My spiritual gifts were A1 to the point to where I was calling out things in this famous person. I was calling out things in this famous person, and like this person and people attached to him was totally shocked that I was even able to do it. And I was there to help change, like to help create healing there with him first and foremost, and then with his family. Um, it was some deep rooted family issues, and within that dream as well, more issues like kind of kept coming out, issues of incest, issues of homosexuality. And some people may not consider homosexuality an issue. Unfortunately, in my beliefs and the way that I was set up, I just don't see how it is beneficial to mankind overall when it comes to being fruitful. So, as of now, that's how I stand on it. But so that's why I consider it to be an issue. Because we are here to create life. We're not here just to do what we want. But anyways, long story short, so many different things came out, and it was all by way of me, my spirit just telling me what was going on. I was able to call things out and put it out on the table, and because I was able to see it so clearly, it's like this person's guard was just slowly being brought down to the point to where they had to confess that, listen, all this stuff happened to me. I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't want to be this mean, evil, possibly demonic person, but this is what I know. So, anyways, all I know is, to me, I felt extremely blessed and grateful. And yeah, guys, that's it. That's all I got. So that's gonna be the end of this reading. Baby, the Lord came through and showed out as far as I'm concerned. So, without further ado, love and light to you all. Shalom. Be blessed. Oh, before I go, this is 5 cards here. So, some of you guys could have also been seeing 555 a lot, which also indicates a huge change. So, a lot of confirming messages here, specifically for myself, hopefully for some of you all. Shalom, peace, love, and light.